Some grades were great, and I graded a lot of that periods, and there's and I just talked to Ms. Wong, like there's several scores that are 90, some close to 100%. So for a curve, here's what I have to do for a curve. It's usually three conditions. The average has to be pretty low, like less than 80%. The test had been really long, like not most people could finish it, but people did finish it. And if no one got like 100% or like a lot, like the high score is like a 90% or something, then we do a curve. The things that there are a lot of high grades, pacing was fine, and average I don't think it's going to be that low. So I don't think we can do a curve. But what we can do, and we did this last year, get kind of this is me massaging, getting creative. The final exam will have a certain portion of questions allocated to these concepts. What I'll do is I'll create a sub-score in your final exam. Let's say the final exam is 100 points. Let's say 20 of those points are allocated to these topics. So I'll give you a sub-score out of 20 points. Let's say you do really well. Let's say you figure out the mistakes you made. Let's say you just didn't know how to graph this. Now you know how to graph it. Or let's say the equations, like, okay, I didn't know how to do this radical equation or this absolute value equation. Now I got to figure it out, right? So what will happen, and I'm recording, cool. And what will happen is that let's say you get 18 out of 20 on that sub score. I'll use that as your new percentage for this, still averaged or capped. Sorry, not average, sorry, still capped at 80%. So let's say you got 60% on this test. Okay, it's not great, brought your grade down. But if you do well in the final and get like a really good sub score on these topics on the final exam, I'll go back and update this grade. So we'll still do the same thing. That's what we've done for all the other tests. I have to maintain equity.
Like, about 80% on this, and it's like
It won't matter, right? Okay, so this way the final exam carries more weight if it helps you. If you do worse, then we just keep the grade. We don't lower your grade at all. But let's talk about the mistakes, because I'm still seeing some big time algebra errors. But I think what may have happened, to be honest, I don't think it's the algebra. I think some of you guys ran out of time, or some of you guys spent too long on certain questions. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Some more.
especially
Mhm.
we go over the like one's the X, Y in it. and
Yeah,
how to
I'll do
get
that. I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, guys. So guys, quiet, please. Let me explain. All right. So for the first question, I think first question is okay. Just make sure you can graph the vertex, right? Because I'm going to ask you to graph parabolas anyway in the final. Make sure you can graph the parabola. If it's a factor, great. Say your x-intercepts. The vertex is the average of the x-intercepts. The vertex one, even better. You got your vertex. You're good. And yeah. And then shading. Make sure if it's less than, go below, greater than, go above. And if it's greater or equal to or less than equal to, do solid. If there's no equal sign, do dash. Okay. But this is where we need to have a little conversation. Okay. So again, maybe you guys are rushed, maybe you guys are nervous. I don't know what's happening. But remember, I did say if you're sloppy with the algebra, it's not going to turn out too hot. Some of the algebra was kind of sloppy. One example of sloppy algebra is when you square this. So we guys put x squared plus 1. We know not to do that. We know it should be x plus 1 times x plus 1. X squared plus 2x plus 1. Remember, if you had 3 plus 4 squared, you went square 3 and 4 separately, right? You do 3 plus 4 first and square afterwards, right? Now, x and 1, you guys I know you guys have talked about stuff about math, but it's plenty of talk to. So, yeah, you gotta FOIL it. So be careful there. If you're careful, then you should be fine. Now here, if you guys need to break it up, it's fine. I think what happens is you thought maybe it worked. It does not work because that's positives on the left side, right? We got two gaps of values, so that's not okay. But 8/3 will be okay. Now for 3, now I heard about this from some of my F period students, especially those in the ASC. And that's the one crappy thing with ASC is that sometimes you just don't know, because they don't know how to answer questions about this stuff, right? So I will advise for the final exam, if you have ASC accommodations, totally fine if you want to take it here. I don't mind staying 4 hours. I got someone in the hallway to relieve if I have to use the bathroom, get some food. So it's not a problem if you do want to take here, because this is where you can ask questions. See, I think when some people got stuck, some people were going about this algebraically when I clearly say graphically, but maybe that wasn't emphasized enough, or maybe what wasn't emphasized, to use your graphing calculator. I did say this was on the test. I did put that on the outline. I did show you guys it, but you guys have a lot going on. Everyone had tests in all these classes. So I want to be mindful that, I'm not the only thing you got. You got other things in life, right? So, but you had to use a graphing calculator. If you did a graphing calculator, you should have got the answer about 1 minute. Shouldn't take it very long. Yeah.
I was more just confused of
Mhm.
what I was supposed to find.
The point of intersection.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it meant by solutions.
Point of intersection. I would have told you. Yeah. So that way you would save time because I think what happened, it creates some anxiety, and then all of a sudden you just didn't have enough time. Yeah, Ellis, go ahead. Let's see. Look your answer. It's actually off by. That's actually you got to. It's off. I'm gonna explain why it's off. You must have punched in wrong. That's not the correct answer. But
I figured.
but it looks like they're reversed. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because the answer is 1.23, 1.03. Let's do the calculator when I finish. We'll do it together. Okay. Now another thing, guys. Quiet. Nathan, can you go back, please? Nathan, go back. Thanks. Here's the other thing too. You need to be mindful about. If you get stuck, guys, on the final exam, if you get stuck, don't stare at a problem for 10 minutes. Please move on. And that burned a lot of people. Word problems. You got to solve for A. I think some of you guys did fine with this, some not so hot. But the vertex is 60, 55. If the width is 120, the x part of the vertex 60, 55 is the height. Work it out. It's all good. Solve for A, not too bad. For 5, you got a diagram. So John, you're saying you got points off for your diagram.
I think you make really mental sketch to do throwing a baton.
What? No way.
Wait, John,
But you love cartoons.
Yeah, but you got to model it. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me see.
Then I drew a graph on the side. Look, that's gotta be the point. I said 2 feet.
No, I didn't look. I looked at this. I knew you did this.
You get the point. You won't get it.
Because you have to have the y-intercept at 4. Did you have your y-intercept at the origin? All right.
Come on.
Okay. Anyway, guys, quiet. Guys. Let me talk. Thank you, Jaslyn. I could give a half point sometimes, but I'll take a look. Okay. Anyway, guys, quiet down. So the height's going to be 4 feet because that's the y-intercept. The vertex is the maximum height. How long is in the air? That's the x-intercept. So, okay, review. This is the part I was a little bit frustrated, but I'm calm about it because we're going to do this again. We're going to figure this out. Okay, for B, now we talked about this, right? You guys did great in the Jeopardy game, but maybe you guys forgot. But what you need to do is you need to move, or maybe just run out of time. That could be it too. Maybe you guys were rushed and you don't work time. So move the XY over and then factor out the X. And then divide by 4 minus 1. That's all you had to do.
wait.
Move the XY over,
Uh-huh.
and move the -5y to the other side. Factor out the X and divide by 4 minus y. That's all you have to do.
Did that.
This will appear again in the final. Very similar problem, okay? This one, see this one, I think it was okay, just subtract 13 by 83, square root. You get 2 answers. Some of you guys didn't have 2 answers. Okay, this one, I think at this point you guys were just maybe fried, but I don't know. But remember I told you I like my way. Some of you guys were not using my way. X times x minus 1 is the LCD, multiply everything. 1 is a fraction, make it 1 over 1. Multiply everything by the LCD, distribute. When the algebra gets sloppy, you don't shoot a negative, then you're gonna get a weird answer, right? That's gonna happen. Or build combine like terms. Yes, that's a little tougher to factor, but if you have that, you should be fine. Now, if you made one little error, but still made the effort to factor or do something, then some people I gave 5 out of 6 on this problem, even though they didn't have the answer, because at least they persevered through the problem. So just, don't give up, guys. So don't give up. 4 for A, B, 6 for C.
Okay.
6 for C. Okay.
2.
So let's talk about the final, guys. Now, final exam. Here we go. I know, good Lord. I know, final exam's crazy. Let me pull up the scan. All right. I thought they were off. Okay. You got it. Thanks, Nathan. All right. Final exam review, guys. Let me do another recording for final exam review.